guys, it's Emily from Novelle Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my January wrap up part 1. So, I've started the year off quite well. I'm quite happy with how I'm doing really. I've read a total of 12 books so far this month. I have got about 4/5 that I'm still going on. And one of them will be ready soon and I'll explain that right at the end. But yeah, this is the month where I've had my demo for my procedure for my knee. And the good news is, yes, it worked. And I will be having the big operation in February. So I have already planned some quite big things for February. You are not going to believe this. I've got a total of... So I've got only got 3 buddy reads. So that's not doing too bad. But I've got a total of about 16 books I've already picked for February. So that video will be coming out next week. And that will tell you what I'm going to be reading, but I've kind of overloaded myself way too much. As to how I do with it, depending on the operation, I don't know. I think, if anything, it will probably keep me going because I'm certainly for the first few days of the operation, I'm going to be a bit drowsy. So I'll probably need my books to keep me going, and I'm going to be sort of housebound for 2 weeks. So you might see some more of me, or you might see some less of me. Who knows? But should I get on and tell you how I'm doing? Well... So far this month, I've read a total of 3 stars, 5 4 stars, and 4 5 stars. But like I said, I've got another 4 on the go. So their answers will be interesting. I will be honest, in that count, there is 3 very short stories and a few other shorter books. So it's kind of like, not like I've pushed myself mega far, but I'm enjoying myself. So the first 3-star book I'm going to show you is the Narnia book, The Silver Chair. This is probably my least favourite of all the Narnia books. Now, apparently, according to some people, I've read them in the wrong order. I've not read The Horse and the Boy. And according to Charlie, from Charlie Brooke, my gorgeous sister, I should have read The Silver Chair before I read this. But I'll read that in February. There you go, that's a sneaky peek as to what's coming in February. But I didn't like this. I liked seeing the most amazing... I love Eustace. I love the fact that I never thought I'd love him, but I did in this book. And he's joined by his friend, who I will tell you the answer to her name in a minute. Jill. I think Jill's a bit of a moo cow. I don't like her at all. They're searching for Prince Caspian's son, who was stolen by a witch. I really didn't enjoy this. Like, it is definitely my least favourite of the Narnia. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be thinking of The Horse and the Boy, and I've still got the last battle to read. So I've got those last 2 ones, so the last battle will be read in March, and then I'll finish the series. But yeah, this is my least favourite. I didn't like it. I didn't like Prince Caspian's son. I thought he was an idiot. I thought the way they show Prince Caspian, even the briefest images of him, I don't like. I really didn't like this book. I'm so sorry. I wanted to like it. Now the next one, the lovely Julie from Hungry Bookworm gave me. She gave me this last year, and I thought, contemporary, it's got red on the cover. Thought I'd enjoy it. Yada. Very slow paced, very contemporary. I didn't get the way that the Kitty Muriel's... There's 2 people that are in this. There's Alice, and then there is... I will find her name. Yeah, Alice is in it, and Masha. And I didn't get how their stories don't link till the very, very end. And I really struggled with it. I got completely lost on it. I found it very boring. It got a 3-star because the way it ended at the end. And the ending was quite sweet, but it was a real, real battle, and I didn't enjoy it, and I wanted to so badly. This is really the story. They say it's a story of like grief. There's one person in it, Masha, who lost her son, and it's about grief and how she controls that. And she gets obsessed with the Victorian cemetery. The Victorian cemetery side of it I quite enjoy because obviously I like Victorian stuff. I found grief overwhelming, and obviously I've got a relation with grief after losing my dad and my grandparents. But this, I can't imagine. Admittedly, I can't imagine losing my children. They're my world. But this is really strong-willed, and I really struggle with this. So, not one I would recommend. I've got another Ruth Hogan book that Charlie's lent me, and I'm hoping I'll like that better. Now, the next one that's got 3 stars is an audiobook. That's called The Great Gatsby. Everyone knows The Great Gatsby. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked Gatsby as a character. He was nice. I didn't get the storylines. I read it on an audiobook and I wanted to like it, but I really struggled with it. Everyone was like, oh, The Great Gatsby is amazing. It's the Fitzgerald guy, whatever his name is. I can't remember the author's name. But it was supposed to be really good and I didn't like it as much. I carried on going because it's an audiobook and it was a short one, but I didn't enjoy it. So So yeah, that was it. Sorry, my 3-star one weren't nothing spectacular. They were all right. I don't know whether I rated them. Now I've got some of my 4-star ones. I've got 5 4-stars, and you'll understand why in a minute. First 4-star is my first translated fiction. Number 1 ticked off the list. Number 2 we ticked off next month. But this is the story. On a rainy Tokyo night, a waitress's uneventful 20th birthday takes a strange and fateful turn when she is asked to deliver a birthday dinner to the restaurant's reclusive owner. Birthday girl. And it really is lovely. It's about magic. It's got a bit of magical realism, I think. It's more magical realism and translated. It's the birthday girl. It's Japanese. So I've never tried a Japanese book before. So I found this one. Charlie lent it to me. She said, oh, you might like it. And I did. I really enjoyed it. Nothing explosive. I don't think short stories really can be. But for considering the fact there's only like 40 odd pages, flew through it in about an hour, if that. It was brilliant. Now, the next 2 books are poetry books. I find poetry books really hard to rate anything higher than 4 stars because they would have to really explosive to me. I think Nikita Gill's only had one. I think that she's the only person who's given me a 5-star book. But these 2 are beautiful. Charlie lent them to me this week after my operation. So the first one is The 10 Poems of Kindness by Jackie Kate. I love that one. That is probably my favourite out of the 2 of them. Look how beautiful it is. Again, they're very short. This one about kindness, it really is true. This lady wrote this because her son committed suicide because of bullying. And to me, bullying's really hard hitting. I got bullied very badly when I was growing up. I still get bullied. I've still been bullied quite a few times in various jobs and various other places I've been. Not now, not the one I'm in now. I love the one I'm in now. But yeah, I've had bullying quite a lot in my life. So that, to me, kindness is very important. You guys are very kind to me. I'm very lucky, and I try to be kind to others. So yeah, I love this one. Charlie really made me smile with that one. 10 Poems About Sisters. You know my sisters are my world. I've got my 2 blood sisters, Vicky and Charlie. I've got my adopted sisters. I've got my 2 booktube ones, the lovely Simone and Julie, and I've got my other outside booktube ones, Helen and Emma. They're all my sisters. So, but Charlie and Vicky are the bestest sisters in the world. But I love this one because that, so it's got a nice 4-star. Now the next one is The Tudor Princess. I love Tudor times. Julie picked this one when she did my friend's choice, and it well and truly got a 4-star. I think it's almost 4.5 stars. This is from childhood. Mary Tudor knows she will not have the luxury of choosing a husband. As the daughter of King Henry VII, Margaret is married to James IV and becomes Queen of Scotland. So, despite her doubts, she falls in love with this husband, and then we all know that what happened after that. It was really quite hard hitting, but it was really interesting. I loved hearing. I've not heard about Mary Tudor yet, and I know about some of the other some of King Henry VIII's other like brothers and sisters, but I hadn't heard of her. So it was really interesting to read that. One I definitely recommend. I'm not going to keep it because even though it's 4 stars, I think other people will like it. But I definitely plan to look up more of this author's works. I know she's got quite a lot more books about Tudor times, so I'll definitely be getting more of those. Now the last one in my 4-star ratings is Lady Almina and the Downton Abbey, The Lost Legacy of Highclere Castle. Now, I love Downton Abbey. I haven't watched it in ages. I really enjoyed the film, and my lovely friend Katie from work gave this to me. And it was really, really good. It's really interesting because it talks about Lady Almina. So she starts off like at the start of 19th century, and she's sort of not really well off, but she has sort of gained her position in time quite a bit. She's doing really well, and I think it's very interesting to read. It's very interesting how she starts off by love that she's almost like an illegitimate daughter of one of the big men in the time. I can't remember his name, but I will remember it. And she marries into the Count of, I'm going to remember this, the Count of Carmarthen. Now, she's the illegitimate daughter of banking tycoon Alfred Rothschild. And I love the fact that even though he's a illegitimate child, he's really interested in her, very much still loves her, and I love the fact he really nurtures her, and I think that's really interesting. And when she marries the Earl of Carmarthen, she really sort of, yes, obviously, sort of hierarchy sort of wise, she's really high up in that. They've got connections with the royal family. This is a non-fiction book, so I found that really interesting. And then we got into the First World War, and they put their house as a hospital for the people that were coming in and out of it, the people that were injured, the poor soldiers that did so much. And I love the way she takes them in and she nurses them. But then you also hear about the fact that she's not really close to her own children, and that's really interesting because at the time, that sort of era, you didn't really look after your own children. They sort of went off to nannies in this, if you were high up. And I think that's really interesting. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Really interesting. Definitely, how many times have I said interesting? But definitely one I liked. Now I'm going to go into my 5 stars. I'm already 10 minutes in, so I better not go on too long. But first 5-star rating was actually one of my first books of the year. Our Doris by the lovely, the amazing Charles Heathcote. He's one of us. He's a booktuber. He's an amazing guy. Now, he sent me the 3 books in the Doris series. This is the first one. And, oh my goodness, this is about an older lady, Doris, and her husband. It's actually her husband that does the talking in this. And you sort of hear about her sort of it's almost like in a little village, and you hear about like how the sort of adventures she sort of gets up to, and she's a right little, definitely an old lady that you wouldn't want to mess with. But it's her husband that's speaking in this, and oh my goodness, I fell in love with him. He's straight talking, he just goes along nicely and just lets her do stuff, but then he stands up for himself. Reminds me a bit of one of my granddads, actually, and I think that was really what I liked. I like the fieriness in Doris. I think that was really funny. And then she's got her little rivals in the village. I can't wait to read the next one next month, another sneaky peek. But this is told from this perspective of her long-suffering husband, Harold, the man who would be content to sit at home watching the reruns of Ground Force. It shows about their family life. It shows about interesting things. I'm going to do a big video on this series when I've completed it. I am going to be picking up Charlie's book that he's letting out in, I think it's February. I think it's around about the 11th, 14th. Charlie, please correct me at the end of this and tell me when it is. But An Heir to Murder is his next book that's coming out in February. I'm going to be picking it up, and I would like you guys to pick it up. Support Charlie. He's one of us, and he's amazing. So definitely love this book. The next one is going to be it'll be hard-hitting to beat one of this. This is a book that I'm going to be keeping, which you guys know is very rare for me. It's a new series, one that I started off with. I buddy read this with Simone and the lovely Cat from Kaz and Camera. This was amazing. Now, me and Kaz loved it. Simone didn't. This really it's a YA book. It tackles racism, it tackles equality, it tackles love. It ended completely not what I expected. Callum is a Naught and is a second-class citizen in a world ruled by the running crosses. Seffi is a cross, the daughter of one of the most powerful men in the country. And in their world, they don't mix. Now, this is actually the opposite way around. So it's kind of like the black people rule. So Seffi is a cross and she's black, and then Seffi is white and he's a Naught. And it's really about the way they sort of they're not supposed to mix, but obviously, as you can well guess, Callum and Seffi are pretty much in love. You know there's going to be a romance. There is more twists and turns in this book than you can put your finger at. You literally turn the page and you are literally jumping up. So eventful, so powerful. Oh my goodness. I flew through it. I think I finished it about a day early. You guys know what I'm like. I love this. I now need to pick up the rest of the series. Kaz has got the next one. I need to find it. I'm hunting my charity shops for it. I'm hunting for the rest of the series. I want it. I'm going to keep this. I don't know where yet because obviously my bookshelves are full, but this was brilliant. Definitely recommend that you all try this and try the series. My Charlie's got it, and she reckons she's going to lend it to me, but I don't know if I want to buy it myself. If I haven't found one soon, I'm probably going to borrow it off her because I really enjoyed this. Gutted Simone didn't though, but Kaz did. Now the next one is one of my last ones. It's a 5-star, and this is Little Men. I've got to see the book here. I've got Little Men and Joe's Boys. I picked this up from Amazon, so I'm going to be reading Joe's Boys in February. Another one. God, you guys are hearing loads. But this is the follow-on from Little Women, or for me it was follow-on Good Wives. This tells the story about Joe and her husband. They've set up like a boarding school / home / place to look after boys. They take in orphans, they take in other boys. And you hear about the adventures of each one of the boys. You hear about Joe's family. Joe's, obviously, at the end of the book, you know that Joe's at the end of Good Wives. Don't watch this. Right, fast forward. If you don't know about Little Women, fast forward this bit for a couple of minutes because we obviously know Meg has twins, and you hear about their sort of adventures in this house as well. Oh, I loved it. If you love Little Women, if you love a warm, cosy book that you want to snuggle up to, pick it up. It's brilliant. There are some bits that make you cry, but it's a warm, cosy book, and I loved it. So yeah, okay, obviously that's going into February. Now the next one, you guys know that I'm going to be raving about this till the cows come home. What was one of my favourite books of last year? I think it was kind of joint first / just under second, and that was Curse the Dark and Lonely. Its follow-on book, A Heart So Fierce and Broken. It came out. I got it delivered the next day. So flipping fantastic. If you liked Heart So Dark, if you liked it, that one, Curse the Dark and Lonely, you are going to love this. Bridget Kemner is one of the best authors ever. This is the second in a Believer series. We're going to be getting the next one. I think someone said is coming out next year. How am I supposed to last till next year? I have no idea. This ended in a way that I was like, I want the next book. By the way, I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. But this was so amazing. I'm cuddling it. I loved it. It was Chris's last present. This is about basically Leah Maria, who is Caris Luna's daughter. Then you hear about Gray, and they're the two people that talk. You do get a little bit of Prince Rian and a little bit of Harper, but not much. It really is mainly about Gray and Leah Maria, and it's about fighting it's about siblings, it's about fantasy, it's about romance, it's about fighting for what you believe in. It's about finding strength when you didn't know you had it. I love this book. I buddy read it with the lovely Melanie and Clint flew through it first. I finished it a day early. Sorry, couldn't wait. Loved it too much. Going on my shelves. I loved it. I'm going to cuddle it. I've only got 4 minutes left to talk to you. I don't like talking too long, but pick that up, guys. So now I'm going to quickly show you the books I'm reading now. And I've got some other books that obviously I'll be reading. I'm finishing my books a bit quicker than I expected, so I picked up 4 library books, which you will see, because I might do an extra video for Victoria's readathon, which is the 1,000-page readathon. I will try, if I can, put a video up Victoria. I will do my best. If not, you'll see them on Instagram. She's running a readathon that's lasting 2 weeks. Let me quickly tell you about that. Have I got it here? So the readathon, 1,000-page readathon starts on Monday. So I'll be reading some books, and it runs till I haven't put the end date on it, but I think it runs until the 2nd. So I'll put some books up that I'll be reading for that. So, but it'll probably be my library books and some other ones. But yeah, so some of these books will be going in there. So don't not ramble too long. First one is Anne of Green Gables that I'm reading at bedtime. This is for the Anne of Green Gables readathon that Tia is running. Hopefully I'll remember to put the links down the bottom at the end of this. The next one I am buddy reading with Charlie. I'm nearly halfway through. This is David Copperfield. The amazing Tom gave me this as a gift. I love it. It's beautiful. It's got gorgeous pictures in it. Let me see if I can find a picture for you to show you. But oh my goodness. It's not just the writing, but the pictures are, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there you go. I've just found a picture. So let's see if I can show you that picture. Look at that. Look how gorgeous that is. I am loving this book. There are bits that are a little bit slow, but it's picked up again. The characters I love this book. Tom, I reckon it's going to be a 4 or 5, possibly 5 at the way it's going again. Keep changing my mind, but everyone knows David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. I love it. It's beautiful. That's going back on my shelves. Just started this. Sister's Courage. I don't really know much about it. It's set at the start of the 1900s, and it's mainly about Meg Parker. So I don't really know much about this yet. I know it's historical fiction. I know it's about courage and bravery. I thought I'd read this. I'm reading this on my own at the moment, so that one will be read. I thought I'd pick that so I can take that to work to read. The next one is, you guys know, Court of Thorns and Roses. It's another fantasy book. Did I think I would like fantasy? Did I? Heck. Do I love it? Yes, I do. Buddy reading it with the amazing Linda. We're actually buddy reading it about the same time. I might fly ahead a little bit. Well, as soon as we've finished watching it, as soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to be reading it. But it's really a tale of a 19-year-old huntress, Freya, who kills a wolf, and it's like about fairies and wolves. I think it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I didn't think I would love it, but I do. So another one I'm going to potentially have to keep. Thanks, Julie. She gave this to me. What am I going to be doing? Now, you guys know I'm having an interesting month, but look at how well I'm doing. Look at what I've got to come. Also, you guys know I'll be starting on Cersei and Flawed. They're my 2 buddy reads I've got to finish. I've got to start in the next few days. I think I'm starting Flawed on Saturday, if Charlotte's okay and well enough to read it. But I'm having a brilliant month. How are you guys doing? Are you having a great reading month? If you are, let me know in the comments below what your favourite book is. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. And I hope you're all having a lovely January. Goodbye.